What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. For this one, we're going to have a little bit more fun on the Marianas map, the new World War II one. I know you guys probably see the wing of what I'm sitting in right now, and it's like, oh, come on, Bugs, where's the Corsair? We want to see that. I know. I want to get myself into the cockpit of it and fly it and try it out myself, but in time. I promise you guys it will be making an appearance on the channel, but just give it a little bit of time. So in place of that, we're going to be using the Thunderbolt tonight, which you guys do know did serve in the Pacific Theater during the Second World War, and it did one hell of a job at what it did. So we're going to be playing around with that a little bit. I'll unpause. I'll show you guys the little base we're going to go attack. I'm not going to say that it's little, but I'll show you our target area. I'll show you what we're carrying on the Ol Jug, and then we'll crank her over, warm her up, and we'll get going. Ooh, she jiggles a lot more than on the runway. Or a tarmac, that's for sure. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Alright, so here's what we got going on. Seems that they're not that far away. They're less than 10 miles, so fuel's really not too much on my priority list right now. So we have two 500-pound bombs under each wing hardpoint and 10 HVAR rockets, plus the good old 50s. As far as our bad guys go, here's what we got. This is what we're working with. So I know you guys are probably wondering, oh cool, those are the Zeros. No, they're not. These are the FW190A8s with the I&J livery on them for now, until we get the Zero and a couple other assets with the Hellcat, I believe, which is what those are coming out with. So this is what we got for now. We'll make the best of it. I love how the hangar's turned around. That's convenient, but not really accessible, boys. Not really accessible. And then we have a couple of the gun trucks throughout, so we're going to have to be careful because they are going to shoot at us. The infantry is going to shoot at us just as well if we get low enough, which I do plan on doing for this one. So needless to say, we're probably going to end up coming home with a few extra holes than what we're going to be leaving with. So let me stop yapping. Let me get the Ol Jug turned over and warmed up, and then we'll get going. I'll set that, lock that for now. I'm not going to narrate too much on the cold start, guys. You guys have seen me do this a dozen times with the P-47. It's pretty straightforward and easy once you get the hang of it, but crack our throttle a little bit. And most warbirds are the same for the most part. The Thunderbolt and the Mustang are pretty similar in a couple of areas. The Corsair, I have a feeling, is going to be very much similar to this, same engine, the R2800, so we'll see what happens. What the hell? It works. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Oh, I will get this right one day. Alright, here we go. And clear. She's trying. There she goes. All right. Let's get everything warmed up on this baby. It is pretty warm out in the Marianas, so we got to watch our temperatures carefully. Alright, we'll arm our weapons once we get upstairs, so we don't have any issues or oopses on the ground. Let's get that on. We're going to keep our nav lights and all that off for this one. Alright, so let me take a quick sip of my drink, guys, and then while she's warming up, and then we'll get going. Let's keep her around 10. I don't want to crank this thing too much. She's still a little cool. And for you guys that haven't flown any of the warbirds, really quick while this is warming up, if you haven't flown any warbirds, I highly recommend you give them a shot in DCS. They're fun, they're demanding, but they also act pretty realistic. So if you're not careful, you will blow your engine, you'll screw something up. So I highly recommend it if you want a good challenge. And then not to mention the takeoffs and landings can be pretty hairy if you're not careful. Which we're going to have to be very careful with this one because we are heavy and we are on a short dirt runway, so I'll walk us through that a little bit as we're going. I'm going to focus mainly on the takeoff rollout, but I will give a couple little hints and tricks here and there. Alright, we're just about getting there, so let's start the rollout to the runway. We'll line ourselves up, and then we'll start getting everything set up for ready to go. Alright, so we got to be careful. We're going to keep a little aft stick on this one, because we are on a dirt field. So we do want to be a little careful. We don't want the tail to bounce too much and then have to worry about a prop strike. So I have done that before. It's quite aggravating. But we're going to aim to not do that on this one. And we're going to take as much runway as we can get. As you guys can see, there's a line of trees right down at the end, so we're going to have to use a few little tricks out of the old handbook here on this one. Okay, we should be pretty well straight. So you guys see it's a rather short runway. The end of that is going to come up very quickly. So what we're going to do here, let's get our prop full forward. Our booster pumps are on for the takeoff rollout. Let's set our flaps. We're definitely going to need those. We're going to go flaps 20. Alright. Now we're going to trim our nose. So we're going to want to go tail high by a little bit. Alright. So for this, if I need to, I'm going to engage the turbo supercharger as well as the methanol injection or the water injection on this thing. So if you hear the RPMs spike up, that's what's going to happen. So we're going to roll this thing out. We're going to hopefully get our tail up off the ground pretty quick. I'm going to hold the brakes, build up some power, introduce the supercharger, and then we'll release the brakes and we'll go. Let's hope this works out. That line of trees is going to come up pretty quick. So here we go. Power's coming on. Alright. There we go. Brakes are off. Here comes the supercharger. Here's the water injection. You guys hear the RPMs spiking up a little bit. Gears up. Gears coming. We made it. Alright guys, we did it. Let's get our airspeed up. I'm going to start retarding the turbo a little bit. Cage our ADI. Let's get our cowl flaps closed up. Canopy's closed. Alright guys, let's go flaps 10. Let's trim this thing out. So that was a pretty good takeoff rollout. As you guys saw, that was a short runway. It came up pretty quick, so we had to be careful. Airspeed's coming good. Let's get our flaps up. Now she's going to settle. Alright guys. There's going to be our target area right there, so let's arm up our bombs. We're going to get the bombs off first. The master arm is still off. So we're going to make a pass over the target area, line it up, see what we got. And if we have a good lineup on the first run in, then we'll drop weapons. Let's pull back on that a little bit. We don't want to overdo anything. Okay, we're sitting pretty comfortable now. So 048 is going to be our initial heading. It's right about this way. Alright. Yep. That should be the runway right there. Let's give you guys the usual S10 SA picture. There we go. So we are about 5 miles out from them. So we do have to turn 010 for our heading and not hit the water. Alright, so from here 010, 011 should put us right smack on top of them. Like I said, it's only a matter of time till they start shooting back at us. Alright. Yep. Looks like that's the airfield right there. Yep, there they are. Alright. We're not getting shot at yet, that's a good sign. Alright. Airplane's hot. Trigger's hot. Let's see what we can do. They're not going to be happy with us in a second, that's for sure. My bombs are armed. I have a feeling the rounds are going to be coming any second. Yep, here they come. Bombs away. Ooh. We hit something, and we also, I think, took a very nasty hit to something. That boom did not sound very friendly. What the hell was that? Alright, we look alright. Something really feels sluggish on the controls, that's for sure, but we feel okay. Everything's running the way it's supposed to, so I think. Alright. Oh, yeah, something's definitely broken. We definitely got hit by something. We're trying to land. This is going to be fun if we make it that far. We'll see what happens. Come on, baby. Oh, something is definitely broken. Trying to keep her as steady as I can. Something on our flight controls got hit for sure. I could definitely feel it in the airplane. Alright, I'll take it. Come on, thing close, thank you. Alright. That run worked out a little bit better than I thought it was going to, honestly. Temperatures and pressures still look good, so... I should try this with a wingman or a dash 2. We'll see how it works out. I do have another idea in mind. I'm going to throw some fighters in the air, and we're going to have that to deal with, and something on the engine's about to let go. I can hear it. We're in trouble. Alright. I got no oil pressure, that's not good. Alright, we gotta get this thing on the ground. I think this is a runway right here. We're gonna... Oh, baby. That's a really, really, really short runway. Alright. I'm gonna try and make it back to Tinian. It's not that far away. Let's see, what's the closest airfield we have? Airfield 3, perfect. We should be right there where we took off from. Alright guys, this is like I was saying, how warbirds can be a little challenging, a little bit of a handful when they want to be. Here's the perfect example of it. We took a lot of damage for sure. I have 0 oil pressure. Fuel pressure looks good, that's good. This is going to be a tricky one to try and land. We might be in a few pieces. We are losing altitude. This is actually proving to be a little bit of a chore to fly this thing right now. but that's okay. And how close are we? We're right here. Oh, come on, baby girl. I'm trying not to overdo with the engine and push it too much. Oh, we're losing altitude. Come on, baby. I know you can get us home. I know you could do it. There's the runway right there. Let's get the gear down. Oh, there goes the motor. I don't like that sound. Come on, baby. Give me a light. Give me a light. Come on, give me the green, baby. Give me the green. Give me the green. Give me the green. Oh my god. Oh. Well. We almost made it home. Like I said, I didn't have a good feeling about that. And as soon as the gear started really getting down to where it needed to be and we started pulling power back, she tilted right over to the left. But we did take a couple of pretty good hits. This one is actually pretty difficult. It's a little more tricky than I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely a fun one. Next time we're going to try this, like I said, we're going to have air cover and a couple more airplanes, so we're going to see if we can get a little bit more of a successful run out of that one. But I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.